Day number 2, we're talking about goals. Welcome back. Today is day number 2 of the Habits, Then Habitat 10-day challenge. And the topic today is goals. Associated with that is note-taking and information collection. Now, I'm not going to dig into too much detail on the specifics of goals, or the specific goals that you should be setting, because ultimately that's up to you. But I want to stress the importance of setting big goals. If you don't set big goals, then you are essentially driving down an endless path without an actual destination in mind. Now you might notice my logo is a mountain. There's a reason for that. It's an A for ambition, but it's also a mountain. If you've ever stood at the bottom of a mountain and thought about getting to the top, it can be a very, very intimidating feat. Big goals can be very intimidating, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't set them. Just like standing at the bottom of a mountain, there is for sure a path to get up there. You just have to figure that out. Sometimes you'll get up part way and you have to backtrack. Sometimes you have to side hill for a while before you actually gain elevation. Every situation's different. Set big goals and then figure out the small goals to get you to the top. My role as a consultant and a coach is to work with you to help you clearly identify your goals and then help you define that path to achieve those goals. The very first thing that I talk about with every client is goals. The beginning of the planner, right after the 4 key elements, is a portion about goals. And what I want you to do there is take a look back. Think about a couple situations that the outcome would have been different had you reacted differently, had you prepared differently, had you done anything differently. I don't want you to invest too much time or fret on things that already happened because you can't change them. But you can change how you react to situations like that in the future. And a lot of times in hunting, we encounter things that we only encounter once or twice a year. So it's very easy to forget that and make mistakes over and over again because we don't get a lot of those opportunities. If you make those mistakes year after year and you never learn from them, then you never gain elevation. You're never getting closer to accomplishing that goal. So it's very important. Take a look back, think about a couple situations, how you could change that situation. Maybe it was a shot opportunity that you blew because you didn't practice enough. Maybe you need to get more reps through your bow this summer. Maybe it was a missed opportunity because your timing was off. Maybe you need to spend more time paying attention to trail camera history and coming up with a better plan and planning ahead for that, planning your vacation around the appropriate time. There's a lot of different things that could come into play, and there's a lot of different goals. I'm assuming that if you're here and you're watching this channel, it's because your goal is to become a better whitetail hunter. There's a lot of ways to be a successful whitetail hunter. You can invest a lot of time and grind it out and learn through trial and error like I did and drag it out through the years, and eventually you'll start to figure things out if you learn from your mistakes. Or you can invest more time into your career, save up your money, buy a property, manage your property, increase your opportunities that way, and create a more consistent and easy environment to hunt in. Or you can invest time and money into your career, save up your money, and then take that money and invest it in an outfitter that's investing his time in learning what deer are doing and put you in an opportunity to be successful. There's a lot of ways that you can kill deer. There's a lot of ways you can kill big deer. There's no way around the time investment. One way, shape, or form, the amount of time you invest is directly related to your success when it comes to whitetail hunting, and anything else for that matter. When it comes to note taking, the notes that you take should reflect your goals as well. If you're trying to harvest more does, then take more notes and pay attention to what the does are doing. If you're trying to harvest more bucks, then that's where you want to invest more of your time. Pay attention to those does and take note of that. Take note of where they're moving, but invest more time in what those bucks are doing on your property when you're taking those notes. The same with information collection. They both kind of go hand in hand. If you're targeting mature bucks, then you should be getting your information from those mature bucks. The does and fawns are not going to tell you what the bucks are doing. We talked about that already. And the reason for that is pressure. Everything revolves around pressure at the end of the day. The bucks react differently because they won't tolerate the pressure. They travel in different areas. Take note of that. Invest less thought in what the does and fawns and young bucks are doing and more thought into what the bigger bucks are doing. As far as specifics on note taking, the things that I'm always looking for when I'm out in the woods are directly related to the plan I have in place. Most of the time I go into a situation with a plan and a theory. I'm going there because the wind is doing this. I'm looking at what the pressure is in the area, what my pressure is going to be when I hunt that specific area. I'm looking at what the food's doing, and I'm looking at the timing. Then I get on that stand and I want to take note of what the actual wind direction is doing on that location in relation to what the forecasted wind was, or even what the wind was doing on top of the hill before I drop down over the hill a little bit. I want to look at where deer are moving, where they're coming from, where they're going, the trails they're using. I want to look at my effect on the deer. Am I bumping deer on the way in? Am I bumping deer on the way out? Take note of all these things. And then it's very important to journal them. That's why there's extended areas for notes and journaling in the planner. Now, note taking in the field versus journaling when you get home are related, but they're different. What journaling does is it gives you a moment to reflect back on your experience when everything's fresh in your mind and kind of let things play out and give you a little bit more time to process the situation. And I think it's very important to do that, at least to get started, because you miss a lot of opportunities in your future plans when you don't reflect on your past experiences. When it comes to information collection, again, if your goals are to kill bigger deer, then you need to focus the info you collect on what those bigger deer are doing. Are you only getting pictures at night? Why is that? Is it the camera location itself? Is it the pressure in the area? What's going on? Invest more time and thought into those specific goals and collecting info that pertains to those specific goals versus a broad range of info. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of information in the woods. There's a lot of information on the internet. It can all be very overwhelming. So you really need to pick through that stuff and make sure that that information directly relates to your goals. One last thing on goals. If you want to kill great deer, you can't kill good deer. It's simple as that. This is a good deer. This is a great deer. This is a much greater deer. If your goal is to grow a beard, you're not going to accomplish that by shaving your beard. The same concept goes when it comes to harvesting deer. If your goal is to kill great bucks, you're not going to kill great bucks if you kill good bucks. The obvious message there is if you're killing deer like this, these 3-year-old deer, 4-year-old deer even, then they never have an opportunity to get to this, the 5-year-olds, the 6-year-olds, and on up. But a bigger thing that's being missed there is the opportunity to observe deer. Most situations, we see a buck, it's a nice buck, we commit to killing that buck, our mind is in kill mode, we're waiting for that shot opportunity, we take that shot opportunity, and it's over. That's the encounter. If you can get yourself mentally committed to passing up a certain caliber of deer, no matter what that is, it might be a buck like this to start, and then it might go up to this, and then it might this, and this, and this, and this. Whatever that is, it doesn't matter. But if you give yourself the opportunity to observe deer, you're going to learn a lot more from those experiences instead of just getting in this kill mode all the time. Self-control is a very, very valuable asset. Patience and self-control. I'm going to leave you with this. 2 important things when it comes to setting goals. 1, set goals for yourself. not compared to other people's goals, not compared to other people in general. Especially in today's age, with all the fake people out there and all the untold stories, you don't know how that person accomplished that goal. There's many ways to accomplish these goals. You don't know how they got there. Don't worry about that. Focus on yourself. Focus on the goals you want to obtain for whatever that reason is, and set those small goals to accomplish that. Set big goals, but realistic goals. And then set the small goals that are going to help you accomplish that big goal. The second thing about goals, you have to accept the fact that most people out there don't give a shit about your goals. You are responsible for achieving your goals. Now, if you can find people that share the same goals as you, surround yourself with those people, work with those people, help them achieve their goals at the same time they're going to help you achieve yours, and things get a lot easier. Build that support network. Get rid of people in your life that don't support your goals. Surround yourself with people that do support your goals. Things are going to get a lot better. And if you do need some help achieving those whitetail hunting goals, if you need some help defining that path to get to the top, that's what I'm here for. I'd love to help you out. Thanks for watching. Since we're talking about goals, I want to take a minute to talk about my goals for this YouTube channel and my business. My goal is to help as many of you as possible, whether it's from this YouTube channel, from Instagram and my other social media accounts, whether it's the planner or my coaching programs or consulting. I have shifted my career path so that I can dedicate as much time as necessary to helping individual hunters. So do not be afraid to reach out and ask. Shoot me a DM, drop a comment if you have any questions. Again, if there's anything that you see that doesn't make sense, reach out to me. Love to help you. Subscribe, like button, all that jazz. Share this stuff with your friends. Thanks for watching. And this. See you on day 3. Go on. That's damn good beer.